What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm PrefixWiz, and in continuing our series with Unity tips and tricks, today's topic of C# scripting, we're going to talk about how to create tooltips in the editor.
Counting double-digit thousands.
C# scripting and how to create tooltips in the inspector. Okay, let's open up Unity. And in Unity, I've already created 3 scripts. They're all the exact same script, just with different documentation and, of course, the tooltip in one of them. So we're going to go over each one of them, and just to give you an idea of what they would look like to somebody else. The tooltip is mainly used to be a little bit more descriptive without having to go into the script to see it. So imagine you're a programmer and you're setting up a bunch of public variables to pass off to somebody like a game designer or a different programmer or even an artist to be able to go in, take the assets that they've created and plug them into those public variables. In a lot of ways, that can be a pretty big task for somebody that doesn't understand coding. They're just dropping assets into those public variables, which is okay. That's what we want to do. That's what Unity is there for. It's made to be simple. But as programmers, we forget that the other person doesn't think like we do. I'll be honest with you. I am the other person. I don't think like programmers do in a lot of cases. So that's why I come up with ways to bridge that gap, but still be able to create good content with Unity all the same. So let's go ahead and go into our first script. And it's a basic script. It just has a bunch of public variables. It's not very descriptive. It's just a bunch of public variables. Now, if I were to take this game as is and give it to an artist, they wouldn't know what to do with it. If I gave this to another programmer, the programmer may know what to do with it, but generally wouldn't know what to do with it. Now, obviously, it depends on what type of game, and obviously, we're working with cubes, but we wouldn't know what to do with it. So then there's the descriptive part of it. And we open up script number 2, and now we have documentation. We're actually saying, okay, this is what this pertains to. So our comments are giving us a little bit more insight as to what the public variables are for, or what they do, or what can be put in. Okay, well, that's great, because now if we go over here to the game, let's take a look. In the tool inspector, let's say this is the game object that we want to place all of the public variables on. We now only have just public variables with stuff that you can do to them and stuff that you can put inside of them. Again, you don't know what it is. So if I am trying to do my job, and my job is to just plug and play, and I don't want to have to open the script every single time to read your documentation to find out exactly what they need to do, there's a fix to that. It is called tooltip. So let's go into script number 3. Let's open it up in MonoDevelop. And what we have here is the programmer's comments followed by a tooltip. And if you create it in this manner, now you have documentation stating exactly what the variable does, what it can do, what we should do with it, whatever makes sense to a third party, not yourself, not what makes sense to you. You programmed it, so it already makes sense to you. But you have to make it make sense to somebody else. So what you do is you provide these tooltips. Now, if another programmer gets a hold of it and doesn't understand what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say in the tooltip, they can open up the script and take a look at the comment notes here, and that's what these green ones are. But let's say again, I'm an artist. I don't want to go in there and look at that. So let's go look at object number 3. Now, object number 3 has the third script on it, which has all of that information plus a tooltip. And I'm basically an end user to the programmer. I can now just simply hover over any of these items with the tooltip and read exactly what it is you want me to do. And it makes things so much more simple, and it makes collaboration a lot easier. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I really hope this helps in your collaborative projects. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.